just what is Bigfoot though? You know, that's a good question. Just what is Bigfoot? Some people say it was put here by aliens, or some people claim it's a missing link, or some people claim it's part of a lost tribe of Indians. I mean, there's a lot of claims about Bigfoot, and the reason there's a lot of claims is because really we just don't know a whole lot about them. We know a little bit about them, and we're trying to learn more, but sometimes I think the water's just made muddy on purpose to keep us from finding out the truth, or more of the truth or something. And this video will probably be pretty long, but I'll probably break it up over a couple episodes or something. Maybe not. I can always edit because I'm great. Another thing, people also they debate about how old Bigfoot is, or how long they live, and how many they are of them, and things like that. And but that's stuff it's really hard to answer. I know some people claim that the population of Bigfoot is going down, that they're about to go extinct, and I just really don't think so. I know in my area there's been over the last 3 or 4 years, there's been a real big increase in sightings, or at least people telling about them, I guess. But I know there's been, in the last 3 years, there's been quite a few sightings just in my area. I think part of the sightings in my area is because there are a lack of industry around here now. We don't have I don't think we have any coal mines in this actual area where I live operating. We don't have one logging outfit that I know of, and we have no strip mines, and when we used to have all that stuff going on. So I think maybe if one area has more industry going on, even housing development or whatever, that may drive the Bigfoot into an area like mine where there's not a whole lot going on in there. So maybe it's a little more safe for them or whatever. So I think that's why we see an increase in sightings. But that doesn't mean that Bigfoot is going extinct because they've left your area, or you're maybe not seeing them as much. I know some people might think that, but I don't think so. They've survived this long, so I don't think they're going to be wiped out because because you're not seeing them as often or whatever. But, like many things, they've said well, this is extinct, that's extinct, but then years later they find it. So I remember one time they used to say that the cave crickets were like on the verge of extinction, but it just wasn't true. I know in our basement we had a bunch of them, so I thought, what are they saying? I don't know. All that stuff's kind of subjective, I guess, to your area and to maybe what you know about the area and about the creature, whatever it might be. But there's probably reasons why things move from one area to the other. It could be food source, breeding populations, or whatever. Don't necessarily mean that they're all dead. Oh, I could tell you this too, I suppose. Coming up in May, I've got a trip planned. If everything goes good, I'm going to Ohio, and we're going to spend like 3 or 4 days up there, and it's in the area of where there have been Bigfoot sightings and things. So I'm hoping that while I'm up there, I get to maybe get out and do a little bit of Bigfooting while I'm up there. So it's the area we're staying in is really a nice area. It's kind of a vacation, but I like to go, if it's possible, I like to go to a place when we vacation that has some kind of significance with Bigfoot, UFO, Mothman, or something. So I can also use it as an effort to get some research time in. And that's kind of a dual thing for us. That way I don't have to spend the extra money going back. Extra money I don't have. And, so 2 birds, 1 stone type thing. I guess I could talk briefly briefly about, I guess I could talk briefly. About UFOs, aliens. I told people that the mystery's kind of, I'm pretty solid on what I think they are and their purpose. I won't get into the purpose at this time, but I will tell you this: aliens are not what most people think they are. Most people are under the general assumption that aliens are from another planet somewhere, but I really don't think they're from another planet per se, as maybe they are from another dimension, which raises a few more questions. They're not our friends, regardless of what they do, say, or how much they help us. They're not our friends. They're not here for anything beneficial for us. Even though they may do some beneficial things for us, they are not what they seem. They are deceivers. And nowadays, even our government have sided with the aliens for the most part, or what we call aliens. That's really not what they are. So I'll talk more about that later, because that's a subject that's very touchy, and if you tell people too much too fast, they just blow you off. So it's even worse than portals and Mindspeak and cloaking. So but all I can do is give you my opinion, what I think, what I know, what I maybe know. I am a weirdo, I guess, so I don't want to come off as being too weirdo-ish. But in a nutshell, cloaking, never experienced it. Mindspeak, never experienced it. Portals, never experienced it. Not even for 1 second have I thought or experienced that while I was out in the woods. Is it real? I personally don't think so. Why do people tell it? Maybe they had some kind of experience that led them to believe that, falsely so. Or maybe there's something to it and I've never discovered it. I've never had it happen to me. So I know those people get a lot of attention. So if it did really happen to somebody and they told about it and they got a lot of attention for it, it would be feasible that other people would fall in line who wanted attention. Of course, people who wanted to get attention would fall in line and make up stories and cloaking and Mindspeak and stuff like that just to get some attention and get on TV. And not as much TV as it is popular podcast and conventions and stuff like that. So speaking of conventions and things, I don't do a whole lot of that kind of stuff. You probably don't know it because I try to hide it very well, but I'm really a super shy person. But doing these, I was hoping, of course, with these videos to, like I told you before, I would connect with people, but I also wanted to use it kind of as a way to help me get over some of my shyness. I have been, little bump. I've done a few things, but a lot of times my shyness has stood in the way of me taking opportunities that had been presented to me, TV shows and things like that. I've had that opportunity many times, and I've helped on many TV shows behind the scenes, finding Bigfoot producers and things like that. I've talked to them many times and helped them, or attempted to help them find the actual owners of like videos or like a Bigfoot video and stuff like that. I work with a lot of different companies. Of course, you do it all for basically free. You don't never get mentioned or credited or paid or anything like that. At least I haven't. I did actually shoot a little TV show back in 2013 called, the name of the actual show is called America's Oddities. And I enjoyed that. That was something that was presented to me, and it came along at the right time, and the people, I kind of, got along with the people. I thought they was alright, and I thought I'd do that. So, but I don't know if it ever aired. It seemed like it's tied up, and it's been tied up for the last few years between different companies wanting to put it on and all that, and I don't think they ever could do a deal, or so far they haven't. But I was also contacted to do Bigfoot Bounty. I wasn't really interested in that. I don't know, I've done a lot of stuff. Sci-Fi Channel, that Sci-Fi Channel call here. I was offered to do a UFO show, but it required a lot of international travel and stuff like that. I don't really care a whole lot for that kind of stuff. First traveling to other countries and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. But people, my wife and my son, and maybe a few other people, I mentioned about being shy, and they laugh at me and say, "No, you're not shy." Oh, but I am. So I don't know. Sometimes when you can do stuff that, even though you're bundling nerves on the inside, just gotta buck up and do it, I guess. So, but doing this right here, I guess, hopefully it will help me get over some of my shyness, and then I've done a few podcasts and big guests on the little talk shows and things like that. I don't care to do some of that, but a lot of times I don't get invited to those. I don't know if you've even noticed it or not, but I kind of talk funny. I got a southern accent, southern drawl, but that's just, ain't no sense of trying to cover it up or hide it or whatever. So I think sometimes that's a turn off to people inviting you to a podcast or be on a podcast, or maybe, even a TV show or whatever. I could probably cover it up and hide it some, but then eventually it would come out that how I talk normally, and then everybody would say, "Well, you're just a big phony." Well, I just be what I am, and if you like it, good. If you don't, well, it's not going to matter. But I don't know. That's the only reason I know. Maybe that I don't tell fantastical stories. Of like Mindspeak, and Cloaking, and Bigfoot visited me in my dreams, and what else? I've heard some wild stuff over the years. About Bigfoot coming in the guy's house. Good guy, I like him. But told me that Bigfoot's coming in his house. I don't know, I guess they're going through like a ghost or something, I don't know. Now, ghost is a very interesting subject I like to talk about sometime. And let me see, I was looking at the time on the video, see how long it's been going. It's been going a long time, so I'll probably have to cut this up some. I don't want to do no more of those big long 20-minute videos, I don't guess. That's kind of boring. And it makes it hard for me to try and find something to talk about. Something that's interesting. I could always make it very interesting and talk about politics, but then people really get mad. So, vote for you want to. Speaking of cloaking again, it's always beyond me how the idea of cloaking, which is something that is invisible, that you cannot see, that's there but you can't see it, but yet Bigfoot researchers will put up pictures or videos and say this is a cloaking Bigfoot, and they'll have a little outline, this is it right here. How can you see it if it's cloaking, people? Cloaking is being invisible, but yet I don't know, man. I don't know. It's invisible, but I can see it. He's not saying anything, but I can hear it. Don't make sense. Something's not stirring the Kool-Aid. And another thing, people put up these Bigfoot researchers I'm talking about in particular. They put up pictures of nothing but a bunch of trees. And they'll say, 14 Bigfoot in this picture. No. Nothing but trees, shadows. Then they get mad at you. So I've tried to learn not to comment on stuff like that. Just let it go on by. Shake my head and move on. Gotta get a haircut. Random thought. Gotta get a haircut. So today, what did we cover? We covered cloaking, Mindspeak, portals, a little bit of alien stuff. Don't want to get too big into the alien stuff. I'm probably weird enough without telling you what I really think about aliens. But I'm going to anyway. I'm going to tell you a little bit. Well, I hope you enjoyed this this episode of my crypto world. Sorry I'm not more exciting. I've been called boring and unenergetic. I prefer calm and cool, collected, but you know. And one person even called me a wife beater and said I should kill myself. No, really, they did. And why, you ask? Because I thought it would be better if a person was getting mugged, robbed, or raped to have a weapon instead of not having a weapon. I thought it would be a better idea to have some kind of weapon to possibly, maybe defend yourself. And somebody told me that I was a wife beater and I should kill myself. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't beat my wife. I know that. I'm not going to kill myself, I don't think. Okay, I guess that's all I got for today. So thanks for watching this episode of my crypto world, and hopefully you found it interesting. I don't know, all I can do is tell you about some of the things I think, know, or seen, experienced, or whatever. And I got more of them. It's a whole lifetime of weird stuff's happened to me, and hopefully it continues to happen. At least, you know, makes things interesting, I guess. But in any case, thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you next time. Be good. Try to be happy. Yeah. See ya.